New ICAST releases from Sunline, Nishine, and Daiwa are in. Megabass does a special run of limited edition colors in one of our favorite crankbaits, the Deep Six, and something that we haven't dropped in a long time, Jeff. The DRT Tiny Klash, 3 colors in stock now. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle. Welcome to the Hookup Tackle.
Oh, what a stud.
Yeah. Look at that.
That was sick.
Woo! Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. All right, guys, some breaking news. What's new this week at the Hookup Tackle?
What a beautiful post-spawn fish.
Look at that.
Look at that gut on that.
That's a nice fish.
Welcome back, my friends. I'm Ben with the Hookup Tackle, a tackle otaku on Instagram, being joined this fine Sunday morning by my buddy Jeffrey the King. We are the Hookup Tackle USA. Good morning, Jeffrey the King. We are fresh back from ICAST, just got in the other day.
You're also back from Japan.
Fresh back from Japan. I haven't been here for a month.
In a while.
Right. So thank you guys for being kind to Griff and Jeff and CJ and everybody here in my absence. Being fresh back from ICAST, this is the worst bottle opener ever. I have to upgrade my beer size.
Jesus.
Cheers, my friends.
It's a monster.
Hey, look. If you guys follow me on my personal Instagram, we might have ruffled a few feathers while we were at ICAST, but you know what? It needs to happen, right? So, cheers if you sent me a message or met us at the show or did anything positive. Cheers to you. If it was negative, cheers to you too.
Cheers to you.
It's Sunday morning, right? Hold on. Still the best beer in the world. That is delicious. Delicious Orion. Please sponsor me. Okay, really quick. I know, just speaking of drama and ruffling feathers and ICAST, I know that the smartest thing to do in business may not be to ruffle feathers. Probably the smartest thing to do is just to buy everything, put it on the shelves, and sell as much stuff as I can do. But we all love fishing way too much, right? I love this industry. I was born in this industry. This is my entire life. I'm always going to do what I think is best for the industry as a whole, for the brands that we support, and for you guys that love innovative tackle like we do so much, right? So to see the community rallying around that, posting, sharing, you all deserve to cheers. Jeff, we shot an ICAST video, and I know we just got back, okay? So a lot of people have been like, where's your ICAST video? But we had to film it and edit it and stuff, right? And deal with some nonsense. So we dropping that this week?
We could drop it. We could drop it today.
Let's drop it this week.
Just scrap this video.
Just drink beer and post
Let's get
that.
into the drama.
All right, so if you guys want to see our experience on ICAST, we did the same as we always do. We just take you along with us. You guys can go through the whole show, see the amazing products, and there were some great products this year. See the bullshit products? There were plenty of those as well, right? We'll drop that this week, so stay tuned. But if you guys ever have any questions, you guys know you can reach out. Okay, shall we get to some products? Oh, and we have some new ICAST releases in today that have already showed up, which is dope. Okay, so, all right, hold on.
A lot of beer.
Son of, I should have started drinking earlier.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump right to it. DRT. Do you know this brand?
Not really.
Okay.
Washed.
Tiny Klash, do you know this bait? All right, so the bait that we get asked about more than any other bait is, when are you guys getting Tiny Klash? When are you getting Tiny Klashes? All right, I have 3 available right now, or at least they were available when we started this video. These are gonna fly, okay? So I'm gonna limit the amount to 2 baits per person. Actually, let's scratch that. I'm gonna limit it to 1 bait per person per color. Okay, so if you want all three, you can grab all three. If you just want one, just grab one. But that way I can try to keep it as fair as I can. We can get as many as we can out to guys. 3 colors of Tiny Clash. Let me walk through them with you. Blue Monday. Okay, so this is a very, this is gonna be a polarizing color. I think it's super dope. It's obviously it's blue, top and bottom. It's a transparent silver side. When you hold it to the light goes right through it. It silhouettes beautifully. I think it's a really cool, just all around natural shad profile color. Obviously, most of you guys are familiar with Tiny Clash, so I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on this thing, but you know, you guys know that the lips come out, the tails come out, you can tweak it, you can alter it. What is your favorite time or place, Jeff, to throw a Tiny Clash?
Favorite?
Yeah, I just wanted to drink beer, so can you say something about a Tiny Clash?
Favorite would probably be like pre-spawn.
Okay.
Fishing it at night.
Okay.
It's a fun way to fish it because you fish it slow. And you're just ticking bottom shallow at night around like a full moon, and it's a really fun bite. You can catch big ones on it. You know, my biggest was 8-10 on it. I caught some other like 3 to 5 pounders on it at night. It's cold, it's slow, but the bites are really rad. Obviously another great one is, you know, spring, summer, fall, when you fish it around trees. The dead walk is great on that bait. There's a bunch of different ways, but for sure you can fish it whenever you want, and you'll find success with
And when
it.
you're referring to dead walk, you're referring to lip in,
and
basically it's just that
Goes
head is
side
kind
to
of
side.
just
yeah,
doing this.
basically
Right.
walks
Yep.
in place, and the fish crush it.
So this is a great one. Would you say this is a great glide for guys that aren't into glides to get into?
No.
Oh, okay. So you think this is more of an advanced glide? Okay.
Because the Tiny Clash, it does glide when you take out the tail and you get it in mode B, but the problem is it requires precise movement with like rod and reel, line and all that stuff,
Okay.
or the bait's just gonna blow out and roll, especially on a long cast.
Okay.
So you don't get that responsive, like, oh, I feel it going left, I feel it going right. Since the bait's so small and on a far cast, you have to do very light twitches, because if you do too much, it'll do 180s, it'll roll on itself, and one of the biggest problems is that guys have the line get wrapped around the hooks because they're working it too hard and too fast.
So similar to a jerk bait. If you
Very
work it
similar.
too much, it's just gonna wrap.
Exactly.
So calm the fuck down.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, the easiest way, lip in, and you can crank it, you can dead walk it. You know, I like to use the Tiny Clash in just short range.
Okay.
It's great in short range.
So more specific target
yeah,
casting.
just under trees,
Yep.
around
Cool.
docks, like stuff like that, where it's not like this long bomb cast. So you can see it, you can have control over what you're doing, and it just gets fit that way for me. So
Cool.
that's how I recommend it.
All right.
If you're gonna do long bomb casts, cranking is a great way.
Okay.
So
Good info. So I should note that these are all the low float version, which is probably the best version, right? So slow floater. So this is another color that's available, laser specs. So kind of a cool all around natural shad pattern. There you've got the pearl belly with some different pearls, kind of that laser etching, and then a gray back. So great color there. And then finally we have Queen. Okay, so kind of a pearl, like a white pearl that definitely has some chartreuse, like some real faint chartreuse on the sides and back, and then kind of a little bit of purple hit on the bottom. One of their most popular colors, I would say. So that one's gonna evaporate out of here. So while supplies last, DRT Tiny Klashes are available now. All right, let's jump over to Megabass. We got a couple amazing drops from Megabass this week. So you guys know that each month we've been working with Megabass to do a special run batch of 8, 9, or 10 colors in specific baits throughout their catalog. And this is an exciting one. It's perfectly timed. This month we are doing 9 special limited edition color drops in the Megabass Deep Six. Now the Deep Six is a crankbait that we talk about a lot here. It's one of our favorite, I'm gonna call it a deep diving crankbait, but it's more of like a mid to deep diving crankbait. 6 meters is the targeted depth, so this is like an 18, let's call it a 15 to 20 foot diver, depending on the line. So if you wanna get maximum depth, you're gonna throw it on 10 pound or 12 pound, you can get 20 feet, no problem on a long cast. But a lot of us are throwing it on 14 pound, and we're getting it into that 16 to 18 foot. It's an amazing one for ticking the tops of things. So it'll tick the tops of trees, it'll tick the tops of grass, it'll bounce off rocks really well. It's just an amazing all-around crankbait. So they're gonna do 9 special run colors in this. This is gonna be a one-time offering, okay? It's just a special run just to keep things fun, right? Keep things fun and interesting. So I'm gonna walk through these colors with you. So SB Sunset Tequila, this is color number 1. Now, the SB colors are going to have that paint underneath that when the bait moves, you're getting that shift of color, right? So SB Sunset Tequila has kind of like a rainbow underneath it. So you get the chartreuse, the red, the purple, the orange, right? Just a super dope, really cool color. That's color number 1. One of my favorite colors, this is SB Chartreuse IU. I'll take it out just so you guys can see it. This has been a color that I have been dying to get back because I've used the last of mine. So basically just a clear with a chartreuse kind of top, but again, you're getting that SB, that orange hit as it moves. It's just like the perfect color combination. Smallmouth guys destroyed on this. This has been a great one for me, and like anywhere from clear to slightly stained water, it just absolutely crushes them. So SB Chartreuse IU. We have Adrenaline Red, which is a super sick color, just a transparent red color. We have Biwa Hasu Secret, so a great all-around bait fish pattern on this one. We have Demon Craw is back. So again, one of the staples in a lot of other baits, just that kind of that matte red craw. Akatora, so I know this is a lot of your guys' favorites. That orange and red, just super dope. A very cool one, Shocker. So a lot of you guys are night fishing now. This would be an amazing one. A lot of you guys are fishing darker water. Black crankbait can be super killer. PM Hasu, so you're getting that pearl mica finish. Let's see, let's hold it like that. There we go. PM Hasu, another great bait fish pattern. And then one that might be new to a lot of you guys, SB Boiled Craw. Okay, so it's actually going to read as SB Boiled Craw, but it should be SB Boiled Craw, or SB, call it whatever you want. It's a sick ass color. So again, you're getting that SB, but you're getting that kind of tannish chartreuse almost kind of flash. Super sick color. So 9 limited edition colorways in the Deep Six, again, one-time offering, but those are available now. All right, guys, one of our best-selling jerkbaits of the year is back in a big way, plus a very special one-time limited run. So let's talk about the bait first. This is the X Nanahan, otherwise known as the X75. This is a bait we talk about a lot here. This is a bait that was produced to be a true downsizing option to the 110. Right, it's designed to have the same exact movement as a 110, the same motion as a 110, but in a 75 millimeter quarter-ounce version that still has a micro dual weight transfer system in it, so you can still cast it on. I throw it on my 110 stick, no problem. It throws on a spinning rod or casting, either way. It is back in pretty much every color across the board in all 3 sizes. So there are 3 sizes. There's a regular, a +1, and a +2. So some of the key colors are back. All your Hasu colors, all your IU colors, your Sparkle Vipers are back. But specifically, our #1 selling color of this is this guy. This is GP Crystal Shad. Okay, this evaporates out of here every time we get it because it's just a beautiful natural color. It's probably the most lifelike color in the lineup, right? Up until today, it's only been made in the +2. Okay? But we had Megabass do a special one-time run just for us in the regular and the +1. Okay, so if you guys want a shallower version, I'll take it out so you guys can look at it. This is, again, a one-time offering. I would expect these to fly out of here because, again, this is just one of those colors that every time we get it in, it evaporates because it's so lifelike. So you can see it's a transparent kind of light green color. It has that beautiful kind of pearl belly. Fades to like a dark green back. It has that, you know, great kind of GG light transparent finish on the side. It's just a super dope bait. Okay, so if you want it in the +1 or the original size, the regular size, just going to depend on depth here, right? So shallower water, go with the original. +1 is going to be more of like a 6 to 8 foot diver. That +2, you can get it down, you know, a little bit deeper, maybe that's 6 to 10 foot. You have options now. There are also a handful left of the GP Pro Blue and the X Nanahan as well. So I'm going to move this over off the Respect page over to the X Nanahan page, so everything is together for you guys. So now you can choose if you want GP Pro Green or GP Crystal Shad, GP Pro Blue. You have options there. So definitely scoop those up. I know you guys are going to catch a ton of fish on them. Enjoy. All right, while we are on the 110, a huge restock in 110 across the board, including some really hard to find colors and some Japan colors. So browse the site. M Hot Shad is back. This is a color that's always a favorite. It's a silver chartreuse back. There's some other colors in there that are sneaking around as well in there. I'll take M Hot Shad out just so you guys remember what it is. But I know it's not necessarily jerkbait season for a lot of you guys, but plan ahead. Fall is not that far away. It's always jerkbait season for us here in Arizona, so this could be a great addition. Pearl belly, transparent, silver side, chartreuse back, just a great all-around kind of shad color. Those return from Megabass this week. We also see a couple of limited edition Pop Max colors come in that I just wanted to let you guys know about. So these are Japan-only colors that we got in decent enough supply. So VR is back, and PM Wild Gill is back. Okay, so these aren't normally offered colors. I just saw them in Japan, so I snagged them. So if those speak to you, you can grab those, add to your Pop Max collection. I also was able to scoop up a handful more baits on the last two Respect Series colors. So the last two Respect Series colors were GP Pro Blue and Pinkback Frozen Hasu. There's a handful more of each one that I was able to grab in Japan while I was there and bring them back. So if these speak to you, things like the Deep X 200, this is it, by the way. Okay, so they're never gonna, well, never is a very strong word. They're not gonna be made in these baits again for any foreseeable future, okay? There's the Griffin Bait Finesse in GP Pro Blue. There's the Flap Slap LBO. There's Live X LBO in those, and the Pinkback Hasu. Pop Max. So I know a lot of you guys miss out on Pop Max. You can grab those as well. So take a look at those Respect Series pages. Those are available while supplies last also. All right, a few other limited production run JDM only colors in some baits. I know you guys love them. I'm just gonna fly through them. Giant Dog X is back in a handful of dope colors like NC IU, GG Megabass Kincoo Air, NC Sabi IU. So if you guys are fans of the Giant Dog X, just a great all-around topwater bait. Those are back. There's also a handful of the Dog X Quick Walker and the Dog X Speed Slide available now that we're able to pull out of Japan. So this is a smaller Dog X version, really designed to have super tight walking, right? So as you move it, it's gonna be real fast, real tight. So this is a great option for anytime they're feeding on like shad or smaller fry, things that are tiny and moving really fast. This can be a great option because it moves so fast they don't ever really truly get a chance to see the profile. So those are available as well. Another one that I'm pretty stoked about is the Dog X Junior Coayu is back in a bunch of colors as well. So this is another great, super small, very fast moving topwater in some Japan only colors. Those are available this week from Megabass. All right, and to finish up some Megabass, I know a lot of you guys have been looking for Karashis. Karashi is back in a big way. This bait has just exploded. Well, just don't worry about that color. All right, so Karashis are back. This is an incredible topwater slash subsurface, just fast kind of, you know, it's kind of a unique category. It can, if you move real fast, it'll stay on top. If you move a little slower, it'll kind of go down underneath. Just kind of that bridge between finesse and bait finesse. But a lot of guys catch the shit out of them on this thing. So Karashis are back in a big way. And then Jeff, you and I were just over in Japan to film fishing.
Yes, I love fishing.
What brought us there was not throwing giant swim baits.
Unfortunately, no.
Wasn't even bass fishing.
No.
Strangely, it wasn't even saltwater fishing.
Unfortunately.
We spent a week filming with Megabass some really incredible, beautiful Japan trout fishing. Right? I know that probably a lot of people are like, what? We've got a lot of amazing content. This is a huge growing segment that's pushing not just the trout segment. So a lot of you guys are trout fans like I am. You're going to be excited about what's coming down the road. But really, that segment is pushing the bait finesse market as well, that's crossing over into bass, crappie, whatever else you guys like to fish for. So with that said, we see some new colors in the bait that we just spent a week chucking around, the great hunting lineup. So Some new colors coming in this. AL Sabiayu Autumn Halation is expanding throughout the size line now. So it was available in a 46 before, which we brought over to Japan and you fished and caught fish on them. Yeah. 51 and 64 are available in that now. We're also seeing some other new colors in the Humpback 46. So we see like M Bluepin Stream, Mark Matt Tiger, right? So if you guys are fans of the Great Hunting line, they're amazing baits for stream and river fishing, whether you're fishing trout, bass, whatever, those are available now. All right, Jeff, let's talk about our first official 2023 ICAST new product release.
Oh, dude, thank
happening
God.
right now.
The
Okay.
Spurt.
Relax. Relax. Okay, yes, there was a lot of fucking knockoffs and a lot of bullshit, as always, right? But there's always some shining spots in any show, right? Thank God. Right?
God.
So, you know,
Our favorite.
last year, Nishine won all of our hearts, right? This year,
He did it
Nishine
again.
won all of our
He
hearts.
did it again.
I don't know what to say. He's just such a passionate guy.
You got me again.
Right. So, you guys know we speak very highly of Nishine. We love the brand. We love the people. His ideas and the way he works is just exciting, right? And it's hard not to attach to it. So, this was a bait that he teased us with last year that we couldn't show you, right? That Griff has literally been drooling over since last year, right? So, this may look familiar, but it's got some differences. This is the Baby Abino 70 float. Okay, so if you guys are used to the current Baby Abino that's been out for a while, that is a sinking version. This is designed to be more, I don't know, more spy bait-ish, right? This is a topwater bait. Okay, now what's cool about this is that this is a bait that has the ability to transform and become several different baits. Now, it's got unlimited potential if you want to add weight strips or, you know, outer weights or tweak blades or do whatever you want. The fun thing is you can decide what you want this bait to do. But just to keep it relatively simple, it's essentially 3 baits in one. Okay, so it's going to come like this out of the package. Okay, so it's going to come with a single prop. It's got the blade here on the front. And so out of the package, you can use this as a bait that you just kind of rip on top. So just kind of like a devil's horse almost, which is kind of like boom, 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 right? So you can rip it. You can do a steady retrieve. On the steady retrieve, this blade is going to knock on the bait, similar to kind of like how a Goodpecker blade would knock, right? It's going to create a real faint kind of clack on the side of the bait. It's going to create a knock, but still keep the profile really small. Or inside, there's also this cup that comes with it, right? So you can untwist this. And by the way, all of these front and back are reinforced inside, right? So there's no worry about ever cracking the actual bait. It's all reinforced inside, so you can untwist and twist these as much as you want. If you untwist that front element and add that little lip on there, it becomes a popper, and a pretty dope popper. So it's going to have a little pivot point which allows it to create bubbles and allows that bait to just have this short little shimmy as it pops, right? So very natural, very lifelike. So one bait, rip, straight retrieve, pop, you got it. Now there are some other things you can do. Nishine is also selling a slow sink tune set. So it's essentially a front and rear blade element. So if you wanted to, you know, replace the front and the back with these blades, it would become a slow sinking, almost a wake bait or just a barely subsurface bait to tick the tops of grass or be just subsurface, which is pretty dope as well. Okay, so 5 colors in this guy. Just gonna run through them really quick. They're all colors that you're used to. So you've got the ghost shad, you've got the pearl, you have the bluegill, there's a perch, and won't worry about that one, and a bass. Okay, so we're not gonna worry about that one either. Holy crap, I'm not even halfway through my beer and I'm having trouble. It's just that I'm excited for something that's cool, right? All right, so there you go. The brand new Baby Abino 70 float from Nishine, available now. Cheers to Nishine for keeping things legit. You're not gonna toast them, Jeff?
You didn't offer me a beer.
I know. I've had enough rejection and drama and stress in my life the last 72 hours.
You've seen me drink a lot of beer, though.
I saw you order a couple beers.
A lot in Japan and...
No, a couple. You need to calm down.
I had like 3.
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's a lot. Right. And then I had one in Florida. I'm still hungover from that one.
You had 1.
That's what I'm saying.
We had 8.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hungover still.
new bait from Deps. You're dead to me, Jeff. I am proud of you, though. It's almost like you hit puberty.
I feel sick.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Got way bigger.
Oh, man. But this is happiness, Jeff. This isn't... You need to be proud of this. I've worked hard to build this gut.
I've been back in the gyms.
Yeah, well. All right. New launch from Deps. Man, how quickly we derail things. Okay. 5 colors. This is the Deps Highsider 172. Now, a lot of you that have been around for a long time, you know the Highsider. Okay, this is a bait that Deps has had in their lineup for a while, but Deps is going back through their prog lineup, similar to what they did with the slide swimmers, and they retweaked them and revamped them. Things that weren't exactly right, they tweaked to make exactly right, and they did the same thing with the Highsider. So the brand new Highsider 172, this is pretty cool. So 5 colors, let me run through them real quick. There is a Wild Carp Glitter, a Flash Hasu, there is a Real Hasu, Roar Chartreuse Back, Roar Glitter. Okay, so 5 colors in this guy. Just to spec it out for you guys, it's 172 millimeters, obviously 2.6 ounces. Okay, so a relatively easy one to throw. Let me take it out now. The Highsider 172 is designed as a bait that also can be multiple things in one package. Okay, stay package. Take that fin out. Okay, here we go. All right, so here's a look at the Highsider 172. So out of the package, it is going to be either a wake or a crank down. So if you fish it relatively slow with your rod tip up, it is going to wake on the surface. And you can go super slow and it'll wake. You can go a little faster and it'll just tail wake, or you can actually crank it down and it'll swim underneath the surface. You can get it to slightly dead walk. It's not the easiest bait to get to actually walk, but with some movement and some time, you can get this bait to actually have a little bit of a head walk. The lip has a little button here on the back that you can push on. Okay, so if you push on that button, it snaps and comes out. So you can take the lip out and turn it into more of a Ballum style bait, right? So more of just a free moving bait that you can burn, fish really quick. And again, you have the option to either wake it or go subsurface. So cool that they're bringing it back. Cool that they've made some changes to it. You've got 5 colors. Those are, by the way, they're 89 bucks. Okay, so for 172 millimeter Deps, it's priced below a slide swimmer. So I think you guys will really dig this bait. Those are available now from Deps. All right, while we're on, big baits or swim baits, Jeff, a bait that I actually watched you fish in Japan is back in stock. So this dude hasn't been available or in stock in a while. Deps did a run, so of course we grabbed him. The Tiny Bullshooter returns. That's all you have to say? All right, 100 millimeters, 1 ounce. For those of you that are wondering what we're talking about, one of the trout days that we went, Jeff's like, I can't handle any more trout. I need to go fish this bass lake. A terrible bass lake next to my brother's house, right? All we had was a BFS rod and a Tiny Bullshooter. Literally the only gear we had. So, 4 pound, a Triza yellow, and a Bullshooter. Yeah, but you got fish to react to it.
I had fallers.
Yeah. So this is a dope. I don't know what my problem is today, dude. I think I need some sleep.
You haven't done this in a month.
Yeah, right. I'm so rusty. The Tiny Bullshooter is a cool one because it's a very lifelike bluegill pattern. It's a very easy size to throw. It's only 1 ounce, right? And it's one that doesn't require a lot of movement. If you don't want to give it any movement, you can just throw it. And it'll have that same kind of S glide that, every other glide bait has. But just short little twitches, almost like real tight jerkbait twitches. It has a real tight little walk to it. So it's a cool bait. It's a fun bait to play with. You pond guys will probably love it. It's like the perfect size. So there you go. Tiny Bullshooter, back in stock. We also get 2 new colors in the Evoke line of crankbaits. These are going to be in the 1.2 and the 2.0 series. I know a lot of you guys love the Evoke. We love the Evoke. Here you go. 2 new colors. You have Hidden Red Craw, so another red craw, but more of a toned down one. And you have Blackback Mustard. Okay, so this one's pretty dope. There's like a real faint. Can you see that silver scale just before the black?
Oh, that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at? Oh, that's kind of sick.
Yeah, it's kind of dirty, right? So a couple of nice color additions to the Evoke line to round it out. Those are also available this week from Deps. All right, some quick restocks to talk to you guys about with Deps while we're on it. The Basirisky, one of our best-selling summer craws, is back in all colors in both the 60 and the 70 size. So this is kind of a soft hollow body crawler, if you think of it that way. It's literally the best way to think of it. Those legs act a lot like a crawler wing, to where it forces the bait to kind of have that crawler movement. A lot of guys will use this in places like the Potomac, or places where there's a lot of like hardwood or hard structure where they need that leg to kind of push the frog up and over. It can be a great one there too. Instead of it rolling like a traditional hollow body frog and snagging in wood, it will literally just kind of move it, hit it, bounce over, and keep going. So two sizes, 60 size and 70 size, all the key colors return in the Basirisky. Staying on top water for the summer, we also see a huge restock in the Buzzjet and the Buzzjet Junior. So if you guys have been waiting on any key colors, they're pretty much all back in stock. All the bluegill colors, the bass colors, the blacks, the shads, they all return. So you can scoop those up now in the Buzzjet. All right, Jeff, I know a worm that you love and I love, right? These evaporate out of here all the time. We were able to grab the last of the batch that Deps had. So not all colors, but look, you get what you get. Okay, so the 13-inch Deps Kincoo Air is back. This was the last of it. Okay, so I snagged everything that was at the Deps warehouse. So colors like Scuppernong and Baby Blue and Dead Shad, I mean, still dope colors are available. So if you guys missed out or need to add to your collection, while supplies last, the 13-inch is back in stock. Staying on soft plastic baits that I know you love, Jeff, let's jump right over to some bug baits. Do you want to talk about this? I tell you what, just sit there and drool. I'll take it. You good? Jeff always seems so disappointed in me. I wish we should start shooting with like a GoPro on my head so people can just see the disappointment in your face all the time. This is, this is healthy therapy for me. You're basically my therapist, because I spend 6 days of the week feeling like I'm disappointing my family. And then I come here on Sunday and you make me excited to go home, because there's not as much disappointment there as what I have with you.
That's great.
I'm still not going to pay you, but
see.
I appreciate the free therapy.
No problem.
Okay, let's jump to the actual bait. All right, so the Kromushi from Deps is a cool little like frog slash bug bait that we haven't had in a long time. So they haven't made it in ages. It is back, okay? So if you guys have been waiting for it, or maybe you've never heard of the Kromushi and this will be a new discovery for you. Here, let me open one up and we'll talk about it, because it has been a while. I want to say it's been 2 years since they've made this. It's been quite some time. All right, there you go, Kromushi. So it's kind of like a little mini frog looking thing, right? That has these appendages that also kind of act like a mini crawler wing. So when you pull it, the wings kind of open and then close back up. So it kind of has this like swimming motion. Do I look good? Am I Kromushiing? Do it with me, Jeff. It's healthy for you. You gotta get rid of that gut. Got Kromushi. Okay? Every 10 Kromushis you can have a sip. Okay? So workout.
That's disgusting.
And then protein.
Protein? Okay.
Hops. Look it up. So there you go. The Kromushi. Dude, so much derailing. It's available now. Jeff's gonna not buy any of them, so there'll be plenty available for you guys. You can scoop that up. Staying in downsize items, the Bull Flat. Okay, so the Bull Flat 2-inch is back. So the Bull Flat, super dope bluegill profile bait. Pretty much everybody by this, I think everybody uses it now, right? So the 3-inch, the 3/8, amazing on free rig. The 4/8, the 5/8, great kind of fishing by themselves, or a text rig or a Jika rig. The 2-inch is kind of a surprising size that you can drop shot. So you can put on a little drop shot. You could do like a little micro, almost bait finesse free rig type approach with it. So I know a lot of you guys have been looking for that. All colors return in the 2-inch. And then a huge restock across the board in Sakamata. So this is really finally taken grasp here in the country. A lot of you guys are realizing the benefits of a Sakamata over, say, something like a Super Fluke. So these are available, a lot of 4-inch size, which has been the hot one, obviously, because of things being downsized. Also, the heavyweights come back in the 5-inch and the 6-inch. So pick your poison, all kinds of cool colors back from Deps. All right, Jeff, another ICAST 2023 new product drop, or a couple of them, actually, okay? This time from Sunline. Okay, one of our favorite brands. Pretty much everybody here is throwing, if not all Sunline, some form of Sunline integrated in. Okay, so I have 2 new braid products to talk to you guys about. Now, Sunline can be a little bit of a confusing brand because they have so many different options, right? 72 different fluorocarbons, 72 different braids. Like it can be confusing to sift through why you choose this braid instead of this braid, right? Or this fluorocarbon instead of this fluorocarbon. So I'll talk you through some of the new offerings here. So this is the brand new Sunline Overwatch braid. Okay, so this is an 8-strand high-end braid designed specifically for spinning rods. Okay, so what does that mean? Let me take one out of the package so you guys can see the color. This is a metered 8-strand braid. It's only available in the one color. It's a metered. So it's basically a dark green with little 12-inch bleeps of chartreuse. So you can visibly see it without the whole line being bright, okay? What they did to the Overwatch is they made it super slick. It's got an incredibly slick coating, one of the slickest brands or slickest braids that I've seen. But usually with a coating or a slick factor, the line usually becomes very stiff, right? And you have to break it in. It has this break-in period. This is incredibly limp. So they maintained the limpness while giving you the slickness, and it's designed to just sit and come off a spinning reel is incredibly easy. Okay, so it might be something that's worth trying for you guys. You guys know our beloved Defire D-braid is no longer a thing, right? So we're all shedding tears. This might be a good alternative for you guys, so give that a shot. It's only available in spinning sizes. So that's the new Overwatch from Sunline. And yet another braid, okay, the new Siglon PE AMZ. Okay, now this is also an 8-strand braid, but this can, spinning guys are probably going to use this, right? You can obviously use it in casting sizes. There's sizes all the way across the board. Now, if you've hung out in this shop for any amount of time, I love the Siglon Advanced. Okay, it's like a multicolored 4-strand Siglon braid. It's super soft, it casts amazing well, the notch strength is incredible. But one of the things that's so frustrating about Siglon up until now is that if your fingers get rough from landing fish, and we know my fingers are getting rough all the time, right? All right? Yeah, okay. When you go to tie the knot, it fluffs, right? So it's like your roughness in your thumb grabs the braid and it fluffs it, and it can become just a giant pain in the ass. So Siglon went back to re-engineer it, so it's a higher end braid. It's 8-strand. It is fluff resistant, right? Is basically what they're saying. So a couple different colors. There's the orange that you guys are used to. There's the dark green that you guys are used to. So it should be a great upgrade to your Siglon. So it's available in both filler spools sizes. So that is new from Sunline. And then I know what you've been dying for, Jeff, Sunline Pliers. Okay, so these are going to be split ring / regular standard pliers, depending on what you want. So you want standard, you want split ring. They've got both. And what's cool about these is they say Sunline on them. So there you go. If you're just a lover of the brand, there's some options for you. Those are available now as well. Yet another 2023 ICAST drop. Okay, this, I know you were excited for this one. Okay, so I'm super
this is from
stoked.
Daiwa, you said?
From Daiwa.
No way, you got them in?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude, I've been waiting for these forever.
I know, you've been talking
How
about
did
this
you get 'em?
non-stop since we saw these in Japan.
Dude, how did you get them in?
Dude, I have my connections.
Wait,
Here you go, guys.
What's that?
This is the Daiwa Lazy Fashad.
I thought we were talking about the IMZ.
No. No, dude, that's... Don't be ridiculous.
Oh.
Nobody wants that.
Got it.
Everybody wants the Fashad. Fashad. You gotta say it like that.
Fashad?
It's the Lazy Fashad.
Fashad.
Yeah. Nobody consulted me on the name.
Oh, yeah, I could...
Right? No idea how that name came to be. But this is a brand new bait concept. It's available in 6 different colors. This is designed for saltwater. Okay, so obviously they're very saltwater forward colors, right? But this is a bait that might have some potential for you guys in freshwater as well. Let me see. What a ridiculous packaging system. How do you even get into this stupid thing? So this is, let me spec it. It's 90 millimeters, 21 grams. Okay, so it's 3/4 ounce. There you go. Lazy Fashad. Now what this is a floating bait that is designed to, you can do a lot of different things with it. You can twitch it, you can jerk it, but the way you're really gonna find this bait effective is on a very slow, straight retrieve. And it's just gonna have this really lazy, kind of flashing motion to it. Subsurface, if it goes too deep, you can just pause it, it's gonna float back up. You can go back to having this lazy swim. So you might find that it is applicable to your freshwater pursuits or your saltwater pursuits. Obviously saltwater safe right out of the gate. So there you go. Jeff, is it what you've been waiting for?
Thank you.
Lazy Fashad, available now. While we're on Daiwa, let's talk about a couple of new ICAST rods. Travel rods have become a huge segment. Okay, so we're gonna keep expanding it. I know a lot of you guys use travel rods for freshwater. A lot of you guys have been dying to have some higher end travel rods for saltwater as well. So there is a brand new multi-piece Saltiga from Daiwa. This is how it comes. So it comes in a hard case with a sleeve, so you can carry it around, easy transport. There's a couple of transparent little pockets down here that you can label it, or you can put different things in there. This is the rod put together. It is designed for saltwater, but of course, any rod that's designed for salt can be used in fresh as well. The same can be said for the majority of freshwater rods. You just gotta really make sure you clean them off. So this is gonna have more corrosion resistance to it, so less maintenance. So it's clean, it's light, it's a 3-piece. It's just a nice rod, okay? So there's several different options in there. If you guys wanna check them out, you can see if there's a model that might apply to you, but the grips are nice, everything's nice and clean. You can hold it, it's light, it's cool, okay? Staying on that saltwater crossover, Steez AGS has become really one of our best-selling rods. And so to expand that concept into more of like an inshore or golf type idea, Daiwa has taken that same idea and created a new line of SOL inshore rods. Okay, so these are SOL AGS. All right, so they are gonna have the same AGS guides that you're getting on Steez. Okay, let me get it out of the package here. Get off of there, sucker. But it's gonna have more of a saltwater forward design. So for your inshore guys, for your golf guys that are fishing snook, redfish, trout, calicos, halibut, that kind of stuff that need more still like a bassy type length. Like a lot of these are 7 foot, 7'6", so on and so forth. These might be great additions. Again, super light. They're all gonna feature the new hardened AGS guide train. So they're gonna be sensitive and just really crisp. So again, a lot of these may transfer beautifully to freshwater as well. So if you guys live in places where you do some coastal, some freshwater, this might be a nice addition and one less thing to have to worry about. So that's the new SOL AGS from Daiwa. Those are also available now. All right, and since we just talked about Daiwa, I might as well talk about Shimano too. Huge restock across the board on Shimano reels. So a lot of stuff I know you guys have been waiting on, like Curado BFS, Stellas, Chronarchs, that kind of stuff are back in stock from Shimano. Also, they have expanded the Zodius travel line as well. So if you guys are looking for a multi-piece in the Shimano brand, there's also several models of Zodius, including a brand new spinning that they launched at ICAST. These are also available now. Keeps you in a lower price point, nice, light, crisp. So those might speak to you as well. The new multi-piece Zodius, also available now. All right, and then finally, Jeff, let's end it with a brand that both of us love, PB Rat. Okay, so we're both huge rat fans. You have way more experience than I do, obviously, on the rat. You're the one that got me into it. The PB Rat's a dope rat, right? So big restock across the board in 2-piece, 3-piece, and 4-piece, but today they are launching 2 new series. They're launching the PB Mouse and the PB Mini Rat, okay? So here we go, a new mouse. Now these are gonna be available in 2-piece, 3-piece, and 4-piece sizes, okay? So it's basically just a downsized PB Rat. Okay, so for a lot of you guys that wanted something smaller, a little bit more finessey, a little bit lighter, either to throw on lighter gear or smaller water, or maybe even for some different species. Like I could see this little mouse, dude, trout for sure, right? This would be a sick little rat or mouse.
Thank you.
To fish for trout. So you can see it's a much smaller body, right? I'd say probably 3.5 inches of body, and then probably a couple inches of tail. right? So a much smaller profile, going to give you that same sound and look that the original PB Rat does. So that is the mouse.
How much do you think that thing weighs? 3/4 of an ounce?
I'm going to say an ounce. Here, what do you think? I think about an ounce.
Yeah.
Between 3/4 and 1 ounce,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
It's pretty light.
It's pretty light. So you're not going to need super specialized gear
Yeah.
for this. Your heavier, you know, lure rated rods will work great. Now, this should not be confused with the PB Mini Rat.
Of course not.
Right. So the Mini Rat's going to be available in a 2-piece and a 1-piece. Okay, now the 1-piece is kind of interesting. Well, they're both interesting. So again, here, it's basically going to be Rat, your largest, Mouse, your second largest, and then Mini Rat, a little bit smaller yet. Okay, so you basically have 3 size options now. This one's probably only like 2 3/4 inches.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got some different size options, still built the same way, still the same construction, just different sizing, right? This guy's kind of unique though, the 1-piece. So the 1-piece, when I first saw it, I'm like, I don't really get it. I thought we always wanted the joint, but when you see this in the water, it hunts, it has a crazy wide action, so this tail really just kind of kicks back and forth. And with all PB Rats, they're just amazing walking rats as well. So you can wind them straight, or you can chop them and they will have a nice walk to them. They're just dope. Okay, tons of colors, grays, browns, different things. So if you guys are fans of this style of fishing, wake baits, rats, topwaters, I know it's gonna speak to you. The PB Rats are available now. All right, guys, that is a wrap for us. A pretty dope amount of cool stuff.
Yes.
This was a good week to come back.
Absolutely.
Jeff. Yeah, so anything stand out for you?
Sunline Pliers.
I thought you were going to say the Kromushi, but I'm proud of you. You're opening up your world, Jeff. I'm glad we could bring innovation to this episode, right? If you guys have questions on anything, Jeff kills himself. If you have any questions on anything that we talked about, drop it down below. I will get answers for you. Of course, Jeff will put links and everything. And again, guys, on behalf of myself, my family, everybody here at the Hookup Tackle, thank you guys for the support, right? Thank you for the business. Thank you for being part of this community. And please, fight for what you think is right. Stand up for what you believe in. It's Sunday. Go hug your family. Go catch a big fish. Enjoy a delicious Orion. Jeff will have our ICAST video up and ready this week, so stay tuned for that. And we will see you guys again next weekend on Sunday. Peace out, my friends. Have a wonderful week. Peace.